factor in, or things that you think are important for a storyline that doesn't necessarily match exactly what happened on page 32 of a comic. Tell us a little bit about working in the context of such huge fandom.
Well, I mean, I've been lucky and found that our instincts are very similar to what the audience has wanted, and we're not usually going to change something for no reason. I worked on a lot of Marvel movies before we became Marvel and before we had the creative control, and some of those movies were great and decisions were awesome, and some of those movies were not as good, and there were decisions that sort of flummoxed me, but we didn't have the final say. But for Marvel in particular, there has always been the back and forth between the creators and the fans. Stan Lee always had a letters column in the back, Stan Lee's soapbox in the back of the comics, where people could write letters. George R.R. Martin's first published work was in a letter to the editor of a Marvel comic about an issue. And so there's always been that back and forth. It used to be the letter pages, and then it was the very early days of the internet when we did the first X-Men 25 years ago, in the days of just a few fan blogs. And now it will crush you. Now it will instantly crush you if you read too much of it or watch too much of it. There are hours and hours of theories on YouTube, and hours of theories on TikTok, and there's hours of which I don't do, but some people do, go down on the subreddits and look at it. You can read everything about everything and get a different point of view about everything. So then you will go crazy. So we don't do that, but we do always, a lot of it bubbles up to the top and you see some of it, but really what we still do is test screening. And we screen the movie for real people and we see what they think. And that's just like what Sean said he learned here. When you show your first silent movie, people go, what the hell was that? No, it was this, don't you understand? Nope. That doesn't just stop in film school. That starts where you've already spent almost $200 million on a movie and you screen it for people and they're like, what was that? And you need to go, oh, I guess what we thought was clear is not clear.
And then the panic sets in. You panic,
yes.
You feel like shit, and then you go back to work.
Yes. And then you learn, and it took me a little while to learn, that you're not the only one that goes through that. You meet with other collaborators. At Disney, we're very lucky. There are a lot of amazing studios and filmmakers there that we can access. And I learned that Pixar would go through the same thing. And when I learned that, literally, I thought we were just the only morons that couldn't do it perfectly the first time and had to really keep working at it to try to make it great. And it turned out Pixar would do the same thing. And it turns out most great filmmakers, was Sinners perfect from the first cut?